J.Marshall up against Kanoa Igarashi in the men's final. J.Marshall, this is his second final at a U.S. Open. It's going to start off with Marshall. A couple of zippy foam climbs on his sharp eye. It's a file 50 model. And he just skates right through here. Stings a finish. So that's a nice start for the surfer out of Encinitas, California.
It is a strong start right there. I was able to catch up with him right before he paddled out.
I wonder if this plays into him surfing directly at Kanoa and maybe taking away some of his opportunities. Did a really great job of arcing into those first two turns, but for me, the way he came in and just stabbed this inside backhand hit was making the most of a small section.
One good inside-outside rail work right there too, Kaipo. Kept the flow the entire time, was able to get a stinging maneuver here on the inside.
You know what's and I'm going to pay off the score, 5.33 for Jake. You know what's an interesting note on for J.Marshall?
A ton of time. I agree with you though, Tanner. I think the smart move was go straight at him. Here's the response though, Kipes.
Oh, well, that is not the start that Kanoa Igarashi wanted. Going back-to-back as well. But that list, it turns around. Wants to get a rebate? No.
It's been slow.
Yeah. But that list, the two-time, we're going to get back to the list because J.Marshall's making a decision right now.
Well, Rob the Mob, there's a reason why he's got a peak named after him over here to the south. Here goes K-Man again, Kipes.
Kanoa. Oh, big, lofty spray coming off of that. And a fairly weak section overpowered that but came through. Now the hop to the inside. Working the JS Industries. It's a monster model for Kanoa Igarashi.
Wow.
And a nice...
And then his third one had a bunch of punctuation on it.
It's a stabbing motion right there on the outside too. It's not like he goes into it, just trying to approach it on the softer side. As you said, overpowered that section, Kaipo, makes it all the way to the inside. And this wave has multiple personalities, as you're saying, Tanner. But to be able to tag it 3 times in a row, but especially that first one into the last one, my goodness. There are very few people on the planet that can surf a wave like this as well as Kanoa did, especially with that first turn on the outside. I think that board looks amazing. I mean, that's a JS. It's an epoxy that he's been riding, the Monza 10 model, slightly modified to his specifications. But I think this work on the inside, Kaipo, this is world-class stuff. This is looking like a 2-time Open champion getting to work early here.
Yeah, the difference, I would say,
J.Marshall doesn't want to let his lead get behind him or give away his lead. And he has to just tap dance there. And Jake gets the finish. Nice exchange between the two, Tanner.
He slaps the board and then disengages the rails so he doesn't get caught up in any of that chunder out the back. And Jake with a little bit of a different approach. He is rail to rail basically at every point. His surf style is very fundamentally sound, and he uses a different approach on the inside, releases the tail, almost pokes the nose, but ultimately pulls it.
Yeah, you can tell right here. This is kind of, like you said, fundamental.
You'd think that at this point I'd just be shocked by seeing this pretty much done every single day. But this is high-level stuff, man. I mean, just making this hop right here to the inside, Tanner, telling you, this board looks incredible. It's so springy, too, off the bottom.
Specifically for me, Kanoa, that turn and into that turn. Those are his, patented, nobody else can do that because he places his board and then pops the lip to create that spray. But he's able to he keeps the degree of difficulty very manageable. He was able to utilize an air reverse out the back, which was... there's so much risk in doing that because the wave's energy is petering out underneath you. And then as you see here, watch this, pop, stays over the board, doesn't engage the rail, so he keeps the speed going down, and he's basically using a floater and then creating a lot of personality in it so it looks unique.
J.Marshall looking left at the HB pier. The Encinitas surfer using priority needs to come back against Kanoa Igarashi in this final, flowing through, redirecting, tap dancing into the inside. J.Marshall wants to have a spectacular finish, an electric finish. Nice layback there for Marshall to get back into this heat against Kanoa Igarashi. Kaipo Girl, along with Mitchell Salazar and Tanner Gudauskas, calling the final here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing presented by Pacifico. Welcome back.
Well, just what the doctor ordered right here. This is what I was talking about, Tanner. This left, it's on the pier bowl, but it's closer towards the pier, but 2 steeper sections outside, which made it much easier for him to follow him.
Oh, back to Kanoa. Just over torques that front side snap. Igarashi knows how to make the connection. Looking solid on his feet right now. He's been providing us with great finishes in the short break. Let's see what he has here. Pops it in the air, goes for the lean air, and unable to ride out.
Well, the one thing that's immediately noticeable right there on that wave, he is totally energized right now. To a 9. It seems like he caught this one paddling back out to, as he said, over torques on that one. Brings it all the way around. Makes it easily to the inside too. And at this point, you already have a 6.67. You need something pretty major to improve your situation with the backup score. I don't mind this approach, Tanner. Go for something different.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. And I think probably Kanoa assessed, in some regards, he I don't want to say overcooked this first carve, but he pushes through, and then he has to autocorrect right at the end and kind of stumbles himself back into the wave. And so when he's doing that, I think for him, he sees, okay, I need to really lift on this inside section to create a score that I will be keeping. So utilizing a different grab.
Okay. Priority with J.Marshall, and he uses it. Starts with a hook on the backhand. Got some flow of this left into the pier. 7.31 is what he needs. 3 outside turns. Needs to make the connection and needs to do something exciting in the shore break. Weaving through the flats, hoping for something to stand up. Needs to time this perfectly. Throws the tail, and
that's complete.
Wow, that could turn the whole situation right now.
Oh my
Talk
word.
about an answer back.
We were talking about, Jake was quiet, and we were painting this picture of Kanoa Igarashi as the 3-time U.S. Open champion, but Jake was just out there waiting for the wave he wanted to surf. So he's delivering on this ride with pure confidence. This is why you start to see those veteran competitors dealing with situations like this. He could have hit the brakes here, and instead he just chose the gas and had to ride over a really funky mid-wave bobble. And when the theme of, for me, watching Jake surf is if he claims it, it's definitely going to be a wave of substance. He's a pretty mellow dude. So when he comes out of his skin, he knows, and we know he's delivered a big score.
Yeah, he looks like he put everything on the line there. Under priority, Marshall just takes a chance there. Wave doesn't, just dissipates near the pier. But under 3 minutes for Kanoa Igarashi.
See how he competes under priority with the lead now? Now he's trying to improve on the backup as soon as he can. Anything that's moving, there's a strong air. I really like this one. Bigger set wave too. Big blowtail air reverse. I mean, I think if he gets an inside connection, there's pretty much no doubt if he gets something explosive that he was getting the score. This wave in comparison to the other ones where he's made the reform, I mean, right there you need to make it over that one hop.
Well, I feel Jake
is going to let him go.
Let him go. I was going to say, I feel like Jake needs to go. Got slippery on that first turn, but Jake saw something in this wave that he didn't think that Kanoa was going to get the 7 on. Kanoa does make the connection to the inside, needs a huge finish here. Big air, lands it, right on the sand. Was that the 7.38?
You see what I'm saying about the showmanship, the entertainment factor that Kanoa brings into these heats?
And was that a big mistake by J.Marshall not utilizing priority on that wave?
I don't blame him for not going, honestly. It seemed like on the outside it was fully flat, and you know, he did get the connection and the air was sick on the inside. Be smart for Jake to at least get to his feet right here and ride something before the heat ends.
Hands have to,
and this counts.
Slippery again, sliding through that carve, zigzagging, tap dancing, looking his way onto the inside. There's another blocking swell in front of him. He doesn't make it. Likely he's not going to improve upon his scoreline. The needs should remain the same, I feel, for Kanoa.
Yeah, no, he's not going to improve on the 6. Talking about Jake right there, but he made things very interesting, you know. Kanoa, as you said, he's a showman. He likes to give himself an opportunity, Tanner. The 6.1 with the big blowtail reverse on the outside, and here much more projected air. It was on the inside, though, although he did have a snap on the outside as well. Good surfed wave. I mean, you couldn't have surfed it any better.
So what you're seeing play out in real time is very unique for the U.S. Open. Kanoa's standing on the sand for the win. He's literally surrounded by the entirety of Huntington Beach, hoping that he's able to get the score on this wave. That's an incredible air. Did he do enough on the outside? This is literally the drama that you're going to want to come down to the U.S. Open for, because you're basically touching Kanoa if you're on the sand right now. He is waiting for a very tense moment. Look at this. Look, you can't see him. You barely see that Quicksilver logo. Yes, this is amazing.
Where's Kanoa?
Yeah, so I remember there was a final with Nathaniel Kern and Tim Bull where it was like this, and the drama was literally palpable.
You know, but throughout this event, we've seen the judges score higher for the outside maneuver and not the inside maneuver. The inside maneuver hasn't been as important. We're waiting for scores right now. Scores in, and for Igarashi, he's going to hear the news, not enough, a 6.13. There's a spread from the judges, and it is a giant victory for J.Marshall here, your 2026 Lexus U.S. Open of Surfing champion, Encinitas J.Marshall. Congratulations, Jake.
It's pretty amazing to see this kid finally win an event right here at this level. What a way to do it on the south side of the pier, getting embraced by his brother Nick and the rest of his family, but very deserving of this victory. A guy that has been through every trial and tribulation on tour, on the Challenger Series. He's made multiple finals on the CS, and now his first major victory, Kaipo.
Well, HB was hoping that the trophy would stay here, but it's going to take a road trip down to Encinitas, California with Jake Marshall. What a win. What a clutch performance, Tanner, and just having nerves of steel to perform when he had to get a score and got that 8-point ride.
If you win the U.S. Open, you're wondering what's that feel like. And we literally just saw the win right here with Jake Marshall and the loss with Kanoa Igarashi surrounded by people. I'm like actually getting emotional about this moment because it means so much to Jake to now have his name on that list of surfers that have won the U.S. Open. That is truly one of the most special victories you can take away, being a domestic United States surfer, actually just globally taking a win here at the U.S. Open. It puts you on the main stage, and he was so challenged this whole event. He had humongous draws. He had top names, veteran power, and he just stayed steely. His approach was just clinical, and at the end of the day, for him to be challenged and come up with an 8.0 ride is sweet.
Incredible story, and also this winning feeling I feel for Jake Marshall.
Oh,
that's going to carry in his heart. He's just got a few days until the CT starts over in Tahiti, so he's got that feeling, and he's going to keep that bottled up inside of him when he gets to Teahupo'o.
And you don't want to lose that anymore. I mean, you feel it once, you want to feel multiple times again, Kaipo, but you know, the real thing here is that it was a comeback. You know, he was trailing the majority of the final. He did it on back-to-back waves with a 6.77, then dropped the very best score of the final to the only excellent score as well, an 8-point ride, Kaipo. So major comeback. He proved himself from very start to the finish of surfing in the round of 64 up until the final, making it through, winning heats, and of course here on finals day, he won all three that he surfed, and decisively as well.
Big day for Jake, and that feeling is coming to him. Congratulations from Crosby Colapinto, Cole Hauschman,
Eli. This is the feeling right here, Kaipo. Getting embraced by your friends, your peers, people that surf at the same level as you.
And coming back after being trailing in the final for a lot of the final, and coming back in a big way with an excellent score. There's Coach Chris Gallagher. Well done, Coach.
Yes. He's golly. Those two have worked really hard for a really long time. And to see Jake get a win right here on the big stage, that's got to feel so good for Gally.
Hey, but as you said, for somebody that's actually from the United States, winning here at the U.S. Open, there's no bigger privilege, Kaipo.
And he made all the right decisions, right? He told us earlier this week, hey, I'm not going to make the commute down to Encinitas. I'm going to get a hotel room here. I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to focus every day. Surf early morning heats throughout this entire event, but he made it happen in the afternoon here when it really counted. Let's hear from our champ, J.Marshall with AJ.
Jake, what a moment to get chaired up here at Huntington Beach. You've been talking about the confidence that you have gained from surfing here at the U.S. Open. What does it mean to put the cherry on top and become a U.S. Open champion?
Oh my God, I can't even put it into words, honestly. Just coming in and having both my brothers here on the beach is like, it's a dream come true, you know. So I've never won a WSL event ever. So even like Pro Junior, QS, or anything, and it's just like, just keep grinding, keep trying, like come up short so many times, and just keep putting my head down and keep working. Yeah, it's only right. I mean, earlier this year was one of the hardest like competitive years of my life, and to win this event like means so much to me. Just to win, like, just I don't know, I can't even say. So, and all my friends and family are down here, and yeah, it's an amazing moment. It's really cool.
To go through everything you did on the championship tour this year, to keep grinding, to keep believing in yourself, how much does it validate all the sacrifices, all the moments that you doubted yourself, to be standing here now?
Yeah, I don't even know. I was just sitting in the ocean, just waiting for that score to come in. Like, I let Kanoa go on that wave, and I was like, heard the beach go nuts. I was like, well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I don't even know. Yeah, just to have like my family, my wife, like just everybody here, and so many people have supported me, like even when I like was just like, I don't know, I can't even talk right now. So yeah, it's unbelievable. Like I can't believe it.
Well, start believing it, because you are the 2026 Lexus US Open of Surfing presented by Pacifico champion, J.Marshall. How does that set in?
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Can't wait to have a beer after this. And yeah, shout out to Gally. Like, we were doing events out here when I was like 15 in NSSA and stuff, so feels like it's came full circle. So shout out to Gally, shout out to the whole team at Sharp Eye, making me amazing boards. Taylor, like my best friend down here in Clayton, and my wife, like my mom, my brother, everybody's here. So yeah, I don't know, it's an amazing moment.
Well, I'm not going to stand between you and the celebratory beer. Congratulations, Jake.
Thank you.